Hi, my name is Chad. I am a senior at Sacramento State and I am listed in MIS170, Information System Security. In this video, I will be demonstrating how I was able to set up, install, and run a virtual machine in Oracle's VirtualBox. I started to install the VirtualBox from the Oracle website. I started this process by Googling VirtualBox and clicking on the giant VirtualBox 6.1 download icon. I then clicked on the Windows host icon and initialized the installation. The download took several minutes. The VirtualBox software requires an operating system to be the guest in a virtual machine. So to do this, I clicked on the Windows Server link that was provided in Canvas. When I was directed to the Microsoft TechNet website, I needed to register with Microsoft in order to be able to download the Windows Server 2016 ISO file. After performing the necessary steps, I was then able to download the Microsoft ISO file, which took several hours to complete. After the initial installations were complete, it was then time to start performing the tasks to get the virtual machine up and running. The first step is opening the VirtualBox icon on the Windows desktop. This opens the VirtualBox Manager tool. The first step in creating the virtual machine is clicking the machine icon and selecting a new machine. A window appears with the name Create Virtual Machine. I selected the Expert Mode button, which brought me to another screen to select the name and operating system. I typed in Windows Server 2016 DC01 into the Name tab and listed the type as Microsoft 2016 into the version. I changed the memory size to 4096 megabytes and selected Create a Virtual Hard Disk Now with the radio button. I clicked the Create button and the next screen asked to create a virtual hard disk. I dragged the file size slider to 61.43 gigabytes. I left the VDI Virtual Disk Image radio button selected and select the Fixed Size radio button on the storage on the physical hard disk. After I clicked on the Create button, the virtual machine is now listed in the inventory on the left side of the Virtual Manager screen. After the initial virtual machine is set up, I am now able to customize its settings. I right-clicked on the virtual machine and clicked Settings. Under the General tab, I selected Advanced, and under the Shared Clipboard, I selected the drop-down menu to Bidirectional, and also the Drag and Drop to also Bidirectional. This allows copy and paste and drag and drop into the virtual machine. After the settings were complete, it is now time to install the guest version virtual disk. This is the Windows ISO file that was downloaded earlier. I clicked on the Storage tab and was able to click on Add Hard Disk icon, which allowed me to locate the Windows ISO file from my Downloads folder and select it. Under the Network tab, I left the NAT adapter selected because it was the easiest adapter when getting started. Next, I selected the Shared Folders tab and was able to select the folder that shared between the guest virtual machine and the host computer. I selected the Downloads folder and clicked OK to close the screen. It is now time to power up the virtual machine and follow through with the startup. I right-clicked on the virtual machine and selected Start and then selected Normal Start. The startup was initialized. I was then prompted to the Windows Server 2016 setup screen. I selected the language to English and clicked Next. On the next screen, I clicked the Install Now button. On the following screen, I then selected Windows Server 2016 Data Center Evaluation Desktop Experience and clicked Next. On the following screen, I agreed to the licensing agreement. I clicked the box and clicked Next. The following screen had Custom Install Windows Only Advanced. And because I do not have the Windows Server 2016 already installed, I selected Custom. On the following screen, I selected Drive 0 unallocated space for where I wanted to install Windows and click Next. The installation took about 15-20 minutes, and then I was able to create a password and was brought to the login screen. The virtual machine has now been created, and I am able to operate the home screen like a normal Windows operating system. This will conclude our video. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sacramento State.